What's up, guys? It's Igor here. Today I'm finally in the car. It's still raining outside like crazy. My bag is here, my food is sitting behind me there that I was just getting from the Chinese restaurant. I'm gonna tell you that my workplace, my first ever workplace in Canada, was not the best place to work in. But you see, once you come to Canada, let me tell you how I came here. I came as an international student. I did a 2-year degree, postgraduate certificate program in Centennial College. Basically, you have to graduate from university before you can get enrolled. I had my master's degree from Ukraine. I had my diploma in logistics, certificate in accounting, and basically bookkeeping, I would say. And also 2 years in Canada. And what did I get? First ever job was I was working in the warehouse at Nike through a temp agency, temporary workers agency. Basically what happens is Nike, big company, beautiful company, hires a smaller agency to provide them with workforce. I was doing basically warehouse job, a little bit of here and there some analytical stuff, but mainly it was unloading and loading containers. So containers would be coming from China, India, and they would be coming from all different countries, Vietnam and other stuff, I think, from all these third world countries, loaded, fully packed by ocean. They would be coming in containers by ocean. They would sometimes smell like fish even, and those containers would have Jordan's shoes, awesome t-shirts, golf bags, lots of stuff. I actually loved golf bags because they were the easiest to unload. The shoes were alright, but once you get t-shirts, those boxes were so heavy. It was so difficult to work 8 hours for a minimum wage. You are working 8 hours, you get 2 breaks, 2 15-minute breaks, paid breaks, and half an hour unpaid break. There was a lunchroom. It was $10.25 per hour. At that time it was the minimum, and that's how much they were paying. Also, it was kind of a fear factory because they could fire you at any single moment. There would be people, you see a person today, you don't see that person tomorrow because that person was slacking somewhere, not doing something, and that day they fire that person. Sometimes they would fire 4 or 5 people at a time. So you had to keep on working there, or they would fire you. And this is how they build up their company like that, because you are not an employee working for the company. You're working for a temporary agency who's temporarily providing work to Nike, and anytime they see you do something they don't want you to do, you're out. And that's the kind of policy that was there. Was this a good experience? Probably. Even bad experience is a good experience. It was okay experience. I think it was pretty much all right. Really hard work, not much money, not much at all. But in Canada, once you come to Canada, you need to get Canadian work experience. Now, if you're thinking that you're going to get into an office job right away, you might get, if you're really lucky. In Canada, doesn't matter if you're an engineer in your country, if you have so many years of education, experience and everything, does not matter if you don't have Canadian work experience. So what do you have to get to do to get Canadian work experience? You do any kind of jobs. Any kind of jobs, especially once you're like me, graduated without money and you have to pay your rent. You start searching for jobs. I started searching for jobs. I found there's so many jobs in Toronto for door-to-door sales. I did door-to-door sales for 2 weeks, and I was actually, it was so difficult, minus 30, 35 outside in St. Catharines, Niagara Falls, in that area. I was knocking on doors, bugging people, trying to sell stuff to them. And you know what, 99 out of 100 people would tell me, they would abuse me, they would swear at me and say, stop, get out of my property, because I was a salesperson. And for 2 weeks, until I realized that we are actually screwing up people, they were teaching all sorts of techniques to sell to people, how to play with their brains, how to make them buy stuff. There is all sorts of sales technique, pushing people over the limits, sense of urgency, you know, this kind of stuff, like sense of urgency. If you're in urgency, people would more likely buy it, you know, other people's opinion. You just use all psychological tricks to make them buy it, and in the end you get $150 to $100 of commission per sale, and at the same time person or a family gets screwed up for thousands of dollars once they sign the contract. So once I figured out that they are actually locked in the contract and they are getting screwed up by it, I just couldn't sell anymore, and I just quit the job. I didn't want to do it. It was a very bad job, 11 hours a day, working only for commission, nothing per hour, in a really cold, harsh conditions. It was difficult. The next job was at Nike warehouse, where I found out, you know what, I'm going to get the minimum, the least job, but at least I can put that on my resume. At least that's going to be my Canadian work experience. Was it bad experience? Probably a little bit, but it was a good experience because I learned many things, and most importantly, I could put something on my resume as Canadian work experience. And Canadian work experience is what matters. It's what keeps you going. This job was a ladder for me to get into another position. That was a ladder for me to get into another position. Because of that Canadian work experience, I got into a different company. I got some more experience, and then I got some more experience, and that's how I went to a position where I am right now. I'm working in the office in the company I'm really proud to work for. Awesome company, good job. I finally get to wear a shirt, nice pant, and you know, and they give me a fancy bag like this for work. You know, it's worth it. You never be ashamed of what you have to do at your first place in Canada. Doesn't matter what you do for work, does not matter. There's so many people here with engineering degrees working, selling liquor store, alcohol, and other stuff in the retail and everything, in fast food chains. So many people, they are ashamed to tell it to their friends in their home countries, because it is just shameful. Once you get your engineering degree, your doctor's degree, and then you know you do this kind of stuff that you are not trained for. Like for many of our cultures, for people who are coming from other countries, so many years of education, everything, it is sometimes shameful to do that. But you have to do what you have to do to get Canadian experience, and never give up, because there is always growth. Just keep on pushing, keep on going, searching for better. You start, and most of the people start in very bottom, like I did. Some people get lucky and get into big companies, but there is a small percentage of people like that. So just never give up. Start where you have to get started. Don't be ashamed of it. It just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of effort. Never get discouraged. Once you get on the bottom position, don't stay there. Get your experience, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. There is always a room to grow. There is always a step up. And it is true, some immigrants get broken, some immigrants give up because they think it's impossible to grow up, and they get too comfortable somewhere along the way. They get on a position, they grow, and then they're like, okay, here is my comfort zone. Never stop on your comfort zone. Keep on pushing, and you will succeed in your life in Canada. And you are going to grow, and you're going to get an awesome job, such job that some people who are born in Canada are going to say, you know what, you have an awesome job. Even though you're immigrant, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Never give up. Start where you have to get started. I had to work in dust in really sweaty, difficult conditions. It was horrible at the beginning, and I had to do what I had to do, and I was happy because I could pay my bills, I could pay my rent, I could pay my food, and I could afford everything, whatever I had to afford. And then slowly growing, building your family, building your house and everything. Whatever you have to do in Canada to grow and succeed. It's a new land of opportunities. Sometimes you have to start from the bottom, but it doesn't mean you have to stay there. You're going to succeed. Just be very persistent and optimistic. You are going to be there. You are going to get there where you want to be. You are going to be an engineer. If you are an engineer in your home country, and then just keep on going, and you are going to be successful. That's what I wanted to tell you in this video. My first job was, I don't wish you have this kind of job. And this is one thing. Some immigrants are going to say, oh, you have to go through what I have went through. I came here to this country and I had to load boxes, I had to clean floors, I have to wash dishes, you know, this kind of stuff. Don't listen to this kind of people. They are going to discourage you. You know what you're worth, and keep on going towards your goals, and you're going to succeed even when you're in a new country where you don't know anyone. For now, you're going to know everyone. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like this video if you think this information was helpful. Looking forward to read your comments in the comments below. And if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing, because I make a bunch of videos like this. Also, all the links right under this video are just for you guys. And I'm looking forward to see you next video. Have a good one, guys. Bye.